Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? When I was hitting him with body punching, I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on?
BoxingVoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and taking those punches.
Bellew Productions.
Making women gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
It's the champ. Shannon the champ. With the fake champ. Vitaly Vladimir Klitschko.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'ma treat him like he's a C-plus fighter. I'ma dominate, I'ma dog this fight.
I'm talking about punishment. We're gonna punish you for 12 rounds. Either the referee says you had enough, or you can say you had enough, or you can stay your ass there all night until you ain't had enough.
Man, I feel I'm the best in the sport, and to be the best, you got to beat the best. And all I did was beat opponents. I worked my way from the bottom to the top. I won a title by beating top competition and top fighters. This guy was hands on title, he's a paper champion.
Do you feel that you're the best super middleweight right now?
100%.
Let's go, champ.
He can bring the pressure, he can box. I'm a true champion, I'm willing to go to his turf in Atlantic City, I'ma step on him, I'ma crush him. Y'all can mark my word to this, I'ma crush him. He's a C-plus fighter, I'm an A-plus fighter. Come Saturday night next week, all the fans tune in cause I'ma dominate. This guy is flat footy, swing wild. I'm not worried about who his trainer is cause his trainer can't get in there and fight for him.
Bellew Productions.
BoxingVoice.com. BoxingVoice.com.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Have a blessed day. We're here. We're back to discuss Tony Bellew and his thoughts, and I quote, Wilder might be the biggest puncher since Mike Tyson, but no skill set to match. Former cruiserweight champion Tony Bellew gives full credit to Deontay Wilder for his feared punching power, but he also feels the dangerous boxer is very unorganized inside the ring. You know, he's been compared to Mike Tyson for a while now. And I guess that's something that you cannot ever take from him. He's still one of the biggest punchers in this sport, and, you know, historically, one of the biggest punchers in this sport. Bellew, I mean, I don't really take much what Bellew says with a grain of salt. I mean, I take it with a grain of salt, should I say, because he's had some choice words for Wilder forever. It's been forever. He's been talking about Wilder for a long time. He was given the opportunity to fight him, and that didn't happen. So, you know, I can see why people will not take, I guess, Bellew's comments seriously. He's been picking against Wilder for some time now, and you know, he's been wrong up until this point with Tyson Fury. But again, when given the opportunity, Bellew seen Wilder in person and decided he's a little too big for me. For me being Bellew, you know. Bellew did face a heavyweight twice in David Haye. And I don't know if I think the cruiserweight fight was with Usyk, right? Yeah, we're gonna be having our first guest, Dylan Price. He's fighting this month coming up. Well, actually, we're already in the month. It should be about 11 days, I think. Or actually, is it the 31st? So maybe 26 days out. We'll be having Dylan Price and his dad more than likely on the show at around 9:30 and get their thoughts. Absolutely boom. Bellew does work for Matchroom as a commentator, and I believe he worked for Sky at one point. So, but he's also a fighter. At the end of the day, he's also a fighter. He's been in the ring. Once upon a time, he wanted to fight Wilder, and that was before they met, right? Obviously. So, Bellew thinks that when the two boxers collide for a third time for that WBC heavyweight title at the T-Mobile, that he doesn't expect a different outcome. And I quote, "There's telegraphing punches, and then there's skimming the lights above the ring." That's what Deontay Wilder was doing. His punches were that wild and that crude. He was out of control. He may have crazy power, and he might be the biggest puncher in heavyweight since Mike Tyson, but he has no class and he has no skill set to match that power. Bellew told Talk Sports. Now, I think that's wrong. You know, say what you want, but like, how do you make it this far if there's no skill set? How do you win a gold and things like that? Now, does he look wild compared to traditional boxers or other, boxers? Yeah. It's probably his own style he's adapted. You know what I mean? You probably couldn't teach that to someone else. That's his natural ability, is the way that I look at it. But it isn't traditional, so I can see how Bellew is perceiving it differently. Absolutely, GB. Mike was he was out there, man. He was definitely he was out there. He was definitely a little bit dangerous, Tyson was fighting in the street, he had all type of things, but none of that is necessary. It's what you do in the ring, man. You know what I mean? Beating fools up on the street, that ain't gonna do nothing. It's what you do in the ring and who you do it to in the ring, man. Resume matters. Resume matters no matter what. Somebody might tell you because of their favorite fighter. Resume matters, man. A whole lot. But I quote, "So it's like a bull in a china shop. He doesn't know what he's doing. He can't set his attack up. His jab was just useless in the fight. He didn't know what to do. Even when he had Tyson Fury down and out in the first fight, he couldn't finish him." I think about this. If Tyson gets dropped by AJ, Anthony Joshua, do you genuinely believe he's going to be able to see out the round? Anthony Joshua is one of the best finishers. Right now, he's the best finisher in the heavyweight division. That's a little strange when Wilder has more knockouts, and Fury's been the first dude to react to the punches in the manner that he has. Normally, people get up from those Wilder punches a little bit delirious. But Bellew is entitled to his opinion, and I'm sure that many people believe his opinion, or at least side with his opinion of lack of skill set. But one thing that can't be denied is that Bellew compared him to Mike Tyson. That's a damn good comparison, 20 days before your fight, right? The fight's at the 24th. We're about 19 days out. That's a damn good comparison to give some casual fans. Well, damn, this guy has the power of Tyson. This guy's hitting people like Mike Tyson. It just having Tyson in the headline is a good thing. You know, all news is good news. All publicity is good publicity, depending on how you look at it. You know? And, you know, people criticize Tyson's resume, and they criticize Deontay Wilder's resume. The only thing that could be said is that obviously Wilder lost a lot later in his career than Bellew did, than Mike Tyson did. So it's really up to the reader and the listener of this podcast to decide how they want to interpret or digest this information that Tony Bellew is putting out there. There's some good and some bad talking points here. I mean, obviously, you're being compared to one of the biggest punchers in the world. Notoriously, Mike Tyson was, feared as one of the most baddest mans in the squared circle. So having that comparison is always good, you know. Having the UK announcer, former cruiserweight champ, tell the world that your power is real sells the fight. And I think everything else, he's just being true to his countrymen and his feelings. His feelings, right? Like, he's bigging up his countrymen, but he still feels his countryman would win. You know? So that's where we're at, man. We're also going to be having a guest on. And that is going to be David Price and his son, Dylan Price. We'll be having them on the show in just a bit to talk about their upcoming fight and how you can tune into that one and catch them. They are formerly with the TMT, and they've been doing their own thing. We've been featuring him here on this show for some time now, and excited to get him back on. Excited to see fellow New Jersey natives keeping it pushing and making things happen for themselves in a world where, you know, if you don't have a team, or in a world where you're only as good as your team, right? So Dylan and his father David doing the best that they can and doing damn well. You know, their best is actually damn well. Dylan, I believe, is now 14-0 and remains undefeated under the guidance of his dad. He's going to be fighting Edwin Rodriguez, who's a good step-up opponent, you know. Faced guys like Joshua Greer and got a draw, you know. Jonathan Lopez Marcano and got a draw. And, man. Christian Cardo from Philadelphia beat him by unanimous decision. So this is a good opponent for Dylan at this stage of his career. Common opponent with some other notable names to see where he's at and how he fares against this level of opposition, you know? So yeah, man, we're gonna be having him on the show. I'm not necessarily sure if we have any others on the show, you know, but yeah. I'll wait for that call from Brandon. But you know the number to call in, 1425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget, you could add Nestor Gibbs on Skype as well so that you can be part of the conversation. You know? Once again, we're talking Tony Bellew's thoughts. He did an interview with Talk Sports and, had some choice words. Obviously, headline drawing in so much attention as Bellew saying Wilder might be biggest puncher since Tyson. So not only is he comparing him to Tyson, but he's also leaving it up to you to decide whether Wilder is a bigger puncher than Mike Tyson, right? Because he's the biggest puncher since Mike. You know? Other than that, we have ourselves a good fight in about 19 days. You know? All answers will be revealed. All the questions will be answered in what's scheduled to be 36 minutes of heavyweight action between two of the boxing world's elite. And, you know, that's where we're at. Tony Bellew is been a known detractor of Wilder, so I can see where people may not take his words too seriously, may brush him off as a hater, and that's normal. That's normal. You're within your right. I mean, Bellew, he really never has anything good to say about Wilder, so a label of that sort, I can see it. I can see it. I guess, you know, playing devil's advocate, the only thing would be that he's a former champion who's got in the ring with some decent opposition himself. And, you know, you take it how you want. You take it how you want. You may believe he's being honest with his assessment. You may believe he's trolling, you know, taking shots. Really doesn't matter in 19 days. Really doesn't matter in 19 days. Ken Stone with the super chat. Biggest puncher since Foreman and Liston. More power than Mike. Absolutely. Happy holiday, TBV fam. TBV fam. What up? Yeah, man. I'm sorry, I'm Solo Dolo. Scarface, no Malolo, you already know. So I'm making sure these guests are on and we're getting everything right. Let's not forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. All right, so I messed up my producer's schedule. I thought we were having David Price at 9:30 with his son Dylan Price, but it looks like we're having that the opposite way, and it'll be Matt Truck, who's also fighting. He'll be up first in the heavyweight division. So we'll be getting heavyweight Mac Truck on the program first. He's fighting out in Atlanta, and man, I'm glad actually we got him on because he's in a very intriguing fight where he's taking on the person, Jason, I believe his name is Booth, that beat Rodell Mays, who we just had on the show. So, yeah, very interesting to see what Mac believes about this particular opponent. And did he catch the fight with Mr. Mays? So, he's going to be facing Jaden Booth. And Jaden holds a big upset win over Keith Rodell Mays. Now, I don't know. Riddell doesn't go by Keith. It is on his box rec, but he just goes by Riddell Mays Jr. And he suffered this loss to Jaden Booth. Jaden Booth probably was overlooked because of the way that he looks, but he's no slouch. He's definitely a heavyweight, 6'4", and 250 pounds. And he defeated an 8-0 at the time, Riddell Mays Jr. So 5-0 Dakari Scott, aka Mac Truck, they're right on par. And I mean, it's just a matter of, will Dakari get the job done, or will he fall victim at the hands of an upset specialist, right? I'm looking for Dakari to do what he needs to do and continue to streak and not be phased. But I like the step up, even though Jaden Booth obviously is 3 wins. 3 of those wins are coming by knockout. So 2 of those losses that he has were also suffered at the hands of knockout. Now that's the thing. This dude is either beating you by knockout or losing by knockout, which means he's fighting to the very end. Maybe this is the type of fight that Mac wants, a little bit of a dog fight. So it's going to be interesting. I'm glad that we'll be able to call this action too and see how Mac performs under these lights. This fight will be held at Buckhead Fight Club in Atlanta. And yeah, man, if you want to get any tickets, you already know, head on over to TriStar and Southpaw Promotions on Instagram and Facebook, and you can find the links there. If you want to see the pay-per-view, just hit me up. I'll send you a direct link to each date so that you can have it. Mr. Price, I was just told by my producer we got you scheduled for 10:30.
I only know what you told me, bro.
I know.
We keep going our workout. That's not a problem. We can finish what we're doing.
Thank you. Apologies, man. Apologies.
No problem.
All
that
right.
actually worked better. No problem.
Perfect.
Okay.
So there you have it. That was David Price, the father, manager of Dylan. And yeah, man, they're in the middle of a workout. As you seen, Dylan was already sweating, getting it in, man. Got to get that cardio right, baby. That's where them rounds, man, them final rounds, that's where it all matters, the cardio, you know? But yeah, I'm just being told that Mac Truck is actually in LA, so that's a story in itself. He usually trains in Atlanta. LA is a totally different time zone, so maybe he's getting some heavy sparring or some good sparring, right? You know? But yeah, once again, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. We're talking Tony Bellew's thoughts on Wilder being might be the biggest puncher since Mike Tyson, but he feels that the skill set doesn't match. I don't know how much does of that matters, but I guess when you're facing Tyson Fury, it does matter. It's slightly a little different. You know, that being said, you can call in and give us your opinion. 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion. You know, so we're just waiting on Mac. Like I said, you know, he's on a different time zone. You know, usually on the East Coast here in Atlanta, but you know, a little bit out, doing his thing. But if you want to call in, you know the number, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation from anywhere in the world, man. Anywhere in the world. You know? If you believe Bellew has a point, please call in and make it. You know? Does the skill set not match the power? You know? Does it matter? He's gotten this far. People saying that he didn't have any skill, and he just kept, you know, defying the odds. Will it matter now in this particular match? You know? Coach Myers, yo, what up, champ? What up? All right, so we're just waiting on our first guest, and that's going to be heavyweight Mac Truck. He trains with Mustafa Mickens, and he's going to be on this July, I believe, let me double check here. I want to say 17th. Yep. July 17th. On this card, actually, I think he's July 16th. I think he's July 16th. The 17th is Amari Jones, the DHP Devin Haney fighter, as well as Rodell Super Maze Jr., who we had on the show last week. And a new kid by the name of El Bazooka, Jimenez Ashmiel, I think it is. Asmiel. Yeah, and DeAndre Pettis and Chris Arnold, the Machine. That's 717 at the Buckhead Fight Club, 3293 Bulford Highway, Northeast Suites, Brookhaven, Georgia, 30329. Beer and liquor will be available to the VIP tickets only. All right. So if you want to drink, you got to get that VIP ticket. You know, that being said, head on over to Southpaw Promotions and TriStar Boxing for more information on tickets and location and any other details. You know, any other details. But yeah, man, you know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up, man. It helps with the visibility of the show. So people saying Bellew was terrible. I mean, Bellew became champion, man. Bellew became champion, and he he did pretty well for himself financially. He the later half of his career was definitely better than the first half. And he's also became a commentator, working very closely with Matchroom. And, continuing to do his thing post-boxing. I think they've announced him as the Dazn team now for the UK. as the zone is one of the ones that are taking over for Sky, they started announcing a whole new announcement team. So but this is what we're talking about. Tony Bellew's thoughts, where he believes he believes Deontay Wilder might be the biggest puncher since Mike Tyson, but no skill set to match it. But I feel like, wasn't that the same thing they used to say about Mike, right? Like, you know, obviously people loved his lateral movement, but people would complain about that skill set. Or at least the resume, right, of the opposition. I don't know if that's one and the same. You know? That's one and the same, man. So, okay, so Toby is saying yes, that Tony Bellew is part of the UK Dazn team. UK Dazn team. Which, you know, he does a good job when he's when he's commentating or calling, you know, the live fights. Bellew is always gonna be a bit biased. You know, he really loves AJ, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He's like a big fan of AJ, and he'll always be a bit biased. But I think he calls the fight pretty down the line, especially if it's like a Brit versus a Brit, you know? Maybe. What do you think? What do you think? But I'm being told Mack Truck is coming now. Remember, he was on West Coast. He's on West Coast time. We'll figure that out. Find out from him. Is he working out there? And if so, with who? Because I know that Mack has sparred even Rick Ross, man. Roy Jones, to get him ready for the Mike Tyson fight. Remember that Mike Tyson pay-per-view? Well, Mack Truck was the lead sparring partner for Roy Jones to get him ready for Mike, you know? And Mack has a good style. Definitely one of those styles that would have gotten Roy ready. But here's our star right now in the making. Mack Truck, can you turn that sideways, brother, just so the camera doesn't blur you out? We're joined here by Dakari, Mack Truck, Scott, and it looks like you got your screen. There you go. So, Mack, man, we waking you up early. I had no clue you was going to be in L.A., brother.
Yeah, I'm in L.A., man.
Uh-oh, you must be getting some work. What, they flew you out? Somebody needed some work?
Now, actually, one of our guys, he's fighting on a card down here, Golden Boy card, so we all down here, and we're here to support him. But I'm trying to get some work down here, though, almost definitely.
So you're there to support Crunch Time?
Yeah.
Okay, James Wilkins.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yes. I know James. He used to train out of that Chris Colbert gym with Arliano Sosa, and I seen that he relocated to Atlanta. And when I went to see you, I got a chance to see him working with Mustafa Mickens. How long has he been in Atlanta with you guys?
He's been about a month now.
Okay.
All right, month and a half. He's been here for quite a bit for a minute.
Shout out to you, man. Going out to support a fellow stablemate, man. So first time in LA, or you been out there much?
This is my first time as an adult. I was a kid. Like, I went out here for Disneyland, but other than that, that was it. This is my first time really out here.
Okay.
Just,
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So when did you guys get out there?
We actually got here yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Got here yesterday around noon. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
How's the time change for you? Luckily, you don't got to fight, but how do you feel now that you're 3 hours behind?
I ain't gonna lie, I like it because I'll be up so late sometimes. So I'm like, when I woke up, I was already up when you text me, so I was just chilling, and I forgot.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, give me 2 minutes. I was already up, and it's like 6 o'clock here, so I kind of like the time change. It's kind of a longer day.
That's what's up. So do you have any idea where Mustafa might take you to get some work in, to shake it off?
I'm not sure. We wanted to go to James Toney gym.
Okay.
So he, you know what I'm saying, my people they're gonna hit up Buddy McGirt for me. So we're just trying to see. We're kind of just playing it out right now.
Nice. Buddy is a good guy, man. Good guy. So I'm telling everybody you're fighting on the 16th.
Yeah, July 16th.
And man, I'm a little worried. I ain't gonna front. I know you not,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you probably watched Jaden Booth fight Rydell Mays. So let's start there. Did you see that fight live? Did they get you tape? Have you watched it? Like, what's going on?
Nah, I seen the tape of the fight. I seen it. I watched it a couple times. I was supposed to fight him actually back in April, so we're already hip to him. So there's nothing to be worried about.
None to be. But I mean, I look at Mr. Mays being undefeated at the time and then getting upset by Jaden, and I'm wondering, and obviously I interviewed Rydell the other day, and he said, look, he got hit. I think it was either a clean shot or a shot behind the head that he never recovered from, he said. And it was just, hard after that. So obviously Mr. Booth has some power.
Yeah, he's not a bum. He's an opponent. He's a dangerous opponent. Everybody's an opponent. So I never look old man, but I know what I bring to the table, and I'm gonna show you guys July 16th.
Okay. Yeah. Is that the only fight you've seen of Jaden Booth?
Yeah, that's the only fight I've seen.
Okay.
My people that's the only film they sent on. There isn't many other film, so I'm not sure, but I know what the card he brings to the table, and I'm coming in there do the same thing I always do.
And I won't ask because it's not like I don't follow you, so I guess I want you to give us some detail because your opponent is 6'4". Yes. I guess the question that I know the answer to is, are you sparring tall men to get used to this?
I've been sparring tall. I'm in my weight class. I'm the shorter guy all the time. So everybody I spar is tall. So I'm used to it. It's the height difference. I mean, it means something to you guys, but I know what to do. This is what I've been doing my whole life. So,
do you prefer being the shorter guy?
Yeah, actually, I do. Now I do. When I was younger, I used to didn't like it, but now it's like I know what to do. It's ABCs for me now.
ABCs, that's simple, huh, champ?
Yeah.
So what sort of performance are you envisioning? You know who you fighting. When you close your eyes at night or when you're thinking about this fight, how do you see it playing out and the ending?
A body shot to stop him.
Okay.
Body shot. A lot of people, they underestimate me, but I hit hard and I got real good body shots. I'm a grave digger. And that's what I do. Like I go to the body and that's what I do. And I believe a body shot's going flatline me.
Wow, a grave digger. I never heard that used before. I love it.
Yeah.
Man, that Atlas might start using that, man. Teddy might steal that from you, man. Yeah, I like that. He got to become a grave digger. That means he dig into the body. I love it. Yeah, nice. So, how many rounds were you sparring to get prepared for this, or do you just get what you can get, or are you guys looking for a certain number per camp?
We usually, I ain't gonna lie, be honest to you, we spar real hard. So my coach, he's kind of real big on, like, people see the sparring on Instagram and they like, oh, they're killing each other, but they're gonna be brain damage, man. We spar sometimes when we spar hard like that, it'd be just 4 rounds and we're done. He's real. People just see the Instagram. They don't see really what it's a science to what he's doing. But I can spar 10 rounds, 12 rounds. It don't matter. I've been sparring rounds. I've been ever since I turned pro. I started upping my rounds. So I'm not really worried about how many rounds I can spar. I can go. I know I can go. So it's So sparring. 6 rounds. I'm doing a 6 rounder, so we probably do 6, 7, 8. Sometimes a lot of guys they can't even. After a while, sometimes we're trying to look for better work. The guys that be sparring, they be kind of done after 2 or 3. So,
damn, yeah, man, we gotta start getting you in there with some, more experienced pros, right? That they won't be done. That they need you. Speaking of people needing you and your services, I'm sure Roy was able to last more than that with all his experience.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh, of course. Roy.
Talk to me about that time with Roy Jr., man. You got to come out here to Florida, Pensacola in his gym, right?
Nah, that was actually we went to Pittsburgh. He was training at Tom Kello's gym.
Oh, young Kello. Okay.
Yeah, we went to Pittsburgh. And I had spar Roy. It's actually a lot of heavyweights up there. That was actually a good time. But I spar Roy. Roy was helping him get ready for the Mike Tyson fight. You know, Roy actually, man, he surprised me. They told me that he was like, go, like don't hold back, go. And I went, and Roy, he did.
Wait. They told you don't hold back on Roy. And you let
go.
And you let go on a legend.
Yeah, they was like, go. I was my, you know what I'm saying, my coach that told me, he was like, now we know he older guy, just you know what I'm saying, don't do too much. Then they was like, go. Like Roy was doing it. Even Roy started talking trash, like, that's all you got. Come on, let's go. Yeah, that's why I knew that fight. I knew Roy, I thought Roy was gonna win the fight. I knew it wasn't a winner, but I knew it wasn't gonna be Mike Tyson for the not Roy. I was like, nah, Roy he still can go.
So how did it make you feel? Because that's actually good practice for you to get used to someone shit talking while they in the ring with you. So did that motivate you more? Did it upset you? How was Roy throwing little shots at you while actually throwing literal shots at you make you feel?
I mean, for God, I'm not sensitive. My family, how we grew up, all we do is talk trash to each other. So I'm not sensitive. I'm used to it. So it's. And when they just, you know, respect, like, that's Roy Jones. I respect him regardless, man. That's Roy Jones, man. Like, people, it's Roy Jones. Like, you gotta just, you know, it's Roy Jones.
So did he hit you with that left hook clean or what?
Nah, I ain't left him with no punch. My defense pretty good.
Oh, you ain't get hit with the Roy hook? What he call himself, Captain Hook?
Captain Hook. I couldn't let Captain Hook hit me. I do know boxing. That was his favorite shot.
Yeah.
I know I was ready for
it. So you was on the lookout for that one.
Yeah, I was ready. I was on the lookout for it.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. That must have been great. So how many total rounds you got to do with Roy? That's a legend, bro.
I don't even remember now. I gotta look back at I got it on film. I gotta look at it.
You're gonna be able to tell your kids that, man, because like you got him ready for the Mike Tyson fight. Everybody wanted that fight. It finally happened. In some way, you were part of history, man. So congratulations on you, man. Keep doing your thing for sure. But tell me how you was able to switch it now, because I hear you also sparred Rick Ross. So how do you work with a novice guy like Ross, and you can and then you're working with such an experienced guy? So how'd you turn it down with Ross, and how good is Ross? Because I'm gonna tell you,
actually Ross is pretty decent, man. I went to spar him. He was talking trash, and then, you know, it's through one of his coaches he worked out. He talked trash to everybody.
Yeah.
So it was like he wanted to spar you. I was like, all right. So it was like I think it was like a Sunday. They hit me up. I went over his house and.
Oh, you did it in his house?
Yeah, went over his house to spar. He a cool dude. He talked that trash, but he actually better than you would think. Like, he thought because he had some background. He was like, man, I done knock people mouth his eye and drop people. So he really was confident feeling himself. I said, nah, you ain't gonna do it to me. So I kind of just worked on my defense with him, and I just kind of played around.
So wait, he didn't get tired on you?
Nah, he got tired.
Okay. How many rounds? How many rounds before he got tired?
He did like 5 before he really got tired. He did 5 rounds before he got tired.
5 3-minute rounds or 2-minute rounds?
3-minute rounds.
Oh,
5
shit.
3-minute rounds.
Hey Mac, I promise you, they trying to set me up. They hit me up so I could spar him. And look how good he is. Talking about 5, he did 5 3-minute rounds? No way. I ain't going out
5
there.
3-minute rounds. And people surprised. He actually pretty good. Like, I was thinking, like, you know how I think. So you see celebrities boxing, you be like, okay, nah, he actually pretty decent.
I mean, he definitely did. He did 5 rounds with you. What the hell?
Yeah.
The way I seen him hitting them pads with his chair, I'm like, and then he was all in the flip flops. I'm like,
Yeah, he put on shoes for me. He put on shoes. He kind of came with his A game.
Damn, 5 rounds. He shocked me, man. He shocked me.
Yeah.
What would you say is his best punch? Straight right?
Yeah, straight right. That's it. He throwing it straight right.
He looked like he got a little bit of. He looked like he got a little bit of reach.
Yeah, he was taller than me. He's probably about like 6'2". I want to see 6'1", 6'2". He tall. He not short.
Did you give him some good body shots? You go to the body on?
Yeah, I went to the body on. I I kept it real. You know, I kept him honest. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't smash. I ain't go crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I kept it honest with him. And, you know, I had a couple body shots. He probably looked at me like, hey, that was low now. That wasn't low. You just felt that. He cool though. Rick Ross is a cool dude, man.
Damn, that's what's up. Wow, I'm glad you put me on, bro. I'm telling you, his trainer hit me up like, yeah, man, Ross looking for sparring. I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, because I've been sparring some pros here and there, but I got since like May, I don't get in the ring or work out. So I'm like, nah, I ain't trying to go over there without, you know, getting back in shape. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he like, nah, he a novice, but here I am talking to you. He ain't no damn novice doing 5 3-minute rounds. That's good.
He did pretty good. He did. I got that 5th round. He was done. He wasn't sat down, but he gonna push himself. He gonna push. He gonna go.
I wonder if he gonna try and like get a little celebrity fight or something.
I don't know. I ain't asking.
Cause I keep seeing him just do this and do this. Like, you know, it's like everybody. Like when I first started, you know, I was already too old, so I found the way to get into some sort of competition. Like, you know, you wanna after it's so fun that you wanna keep doing more, depending obviously on who you are. But Matt, man, damn, man, that was a good story, man. So when you guys you only staying out there for the fight, I'm assuming. So you right back?
No, we had it for a week. Well, we actually came here early. We drove, man.
Oh,
we came here early. Yeah, we came here early. So
how long was that drive? What is it, Atlanta to LA? Shit.
Yeah, it's probably about, let's say a day, 6 hours, about 36 hours. Yeah, it wasn't.
That's that love, man. That's that crew love, man. You know.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, man. My coach, he really be pushing. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I drove probably about 4 hours out the whole trip. He pushing. Oh, his wife, she drove too. She drove a good chunk of the trip too.
Shout out to Mustafa, man. Yeah, man. Listen, these are the experiences, man. You guys got a great thing going over there in Atlanta. You know, shout out to Gervonta Davis, always visiting you guys and putting more attention on that gym so that, you know, more people get to know you and Mustafa. You know, I think he's like the second coming of Nazim Richardson, you know what I'm saying? And I want him to get his just due with guys like yourself and James Wilkins, and hopefully Christian Otero pans out and everybody else that, you know, Mustafa has working over there. But
it's a lot. I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of talent there. But it is, you know, they're just keeping it real. Like in the South, they be like, all them boys can't fight. Like I remember my first national I went to, I ain't gonna say his name, but on my first national I went to, and he was like, I fight somebody from South Carolina, I'm finna bust his ass. And it was like, damn, like, but like, I'm not from South Carolina, but it's like, you trying to say the South can't fight? And I just remember that. It's something I'll never forget. And ever since then, I told Mustafa was like, we're gonna change that. He was like, okay, we're gonna change that. And then it's been like that, man. There's a lot of people move here. Like, you'd be surprised, like people from New York, they move into Atlanta for boxing.
Jacobs lives out there.
Yeah, and it was just like coach, he kind of getting the respect. He's really teaching. He's not a strength conditioning coach. He's not a mitt guy. He's really a teacher, and he's teaching fighters. And I mean, I'm about to go down the list, man. Key White, call him Sniper. He fought at 122. He got his debut on the 24th. He a problem, and we met him in the amateurs, and he's a different fighter now. We got my boy Marco in the on Instagram All-Star Hilo. He a good fighter. He turned pro. He debuted on the 24th of July. You got James. You know James. We have, I can't even remember. We got the Berto brothers, Berto and Jason. I've seen them come from scratch, man, and they've, you know what I'm saying, they're gym wars, and they've got better. So it's like we got a real team. It's like we're coming along, and coach is just teaching. They come to the gym every day, and he's teaching them, and he's getting them better. And he really, like, they can fight. Like, if you come to Atlanta, you hit up Grindhouse Boxing, we have work for you. We gonna work. And that's kind of the narrative we want to change in Atlanta. Like, oh, you know, Atlanta's a party city. Nah, we actually can fight here too. And that's what we trying to. I'm trying to change the narrative, and Mustafa trying to change the narrative too.
That gym, man, you guys obviously made it famous with Instagram and the sparring and the teachings of Mustafa on, you know, he takes and he puts kind of some of his lessons on his social media. And obviously the power of social media has put him out there to the boxing world, but it's so deceiving. After going there in person, I thought it was so much bigger. It's like one long room, and man, yo, look, If you can't make weight in that gym, you just ain't working because
work is hot.
It was
it's
hard.
hot.
It was like hard to breathe. Y'all ain't even have the first day I went, y'all ain't had the doors, like both doors open so that the wind could, I'm like, yo, how are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Everybody had a puddle of sweat under them. It was crazy, man.
And you got people with sauna suits on. It's crazy. That's how it is. How we work.
Man. That gym gets very hot.
Yeah, gym
y'all
gets
working.
hot.
Y'all working, man. I'm actually happy to see you back. I know you stopped going there for a minute, and I'm just happy that things worked out the way they were because I met you with Mustafa, and I believe you guys are a great team together, and I wish y'all nothing but the best. So seeing you there and watching you in person, man, because wow, you are a worker, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna fool so many people. They don't even know. They're gonna look at it's like you said. Somebody gonna say you from the South or that you don't fit the right body type, and then they gonna be slept. By the time they look, they're gonna be waking up, man, because you're something else, man. I really think you're special, and I hope everything pans out for you the way that it should. You're definitely making waves already. And we're going to stay tuned. Dakari Scott, a.k.a. Mac. Chuck, please give out your social media.
Hold on. I got to say something, too, man. That my last sparring I posted, that when everybody trying to say he was a lightweight, no, he's a heavyweight. He heavyweight. I just made him look small, man. He's a real heavyweight. He fights heavyweight.
The one you hit to the body with the left hand to the top, right?
Yeah, he's a heavyweight. Everybody keeps saying it's different weight classes. No, he's a heavyweight, man.
But he got to be like 201. He looked thinner than you.
He's about 225, bro. He's swole. Like if you see him in person, you'd be like, God damn, he is swole as shit. Like
okay, so I'm assuming you seen what super declarated amateur Cam Awesome said, right? That's why you're bringing this up.
No, I didn't see what he said. I remember I had one of my guys that sent me a clip from the show saying that I was sparring a little guy. No, I wasn't. He's not little.
Oh yeah, because what is it, Cam? Let me see if it comes up. Cam F. Awesome. There you go. Yesterday he posted. Well, damn, it looks like he posted a lot, but I think my fight knocking out. Okay, this one. This was a day ago. He said boxers. Knocking out an inexperienced guy in sparring isn't impressive at all. Yes, sometimes it's necessary to put a little extra pressure to teach a clown a lesson, but it shouldn't be put on social media. Tasteless.
Yeah.
And I get him. He's older, just like I understand you. At this, I think we're in a generation where it's about self-promotion,
Yeah, it's different. I mean, when you really think about it, boxing has changed. If you have a good following, if you bring people to the audience, it's different. Mm-hmm. But see me, I don't see if I post good sparring, it's gonna be a clip of another fight we both getting off. A lot of the sparring be and the dude that smart, people don't realize that he really hardcore. Later on that week, he stopped somebody more worse than me. But people like he got stopped. Like he stopped somebody worse than later that week. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying like. People think, oh, he green. No, the guy, he probably has like 12 fights now. But he was like 29. He came out of prison. He was hardcore. Like it's more to the story. So me posting that, it was just a beautiful shot. If you see me post sparring, a lot of that be guys talking trash. They come ready to post me. So I you know what I'm saying? I get the fair end of it. But my real sparring, my real work that I really post and I'm really grinding stuff, I don't post that, man. People didn't understand it's Instagram. People get so caught up thinking Instagram is real life. And that's what a lot of fighters get messed up. Yeah, it's probably happened, but it's Instagram, bro. Like, if you feel that way, people pull up, they get their camera, they want to play. And I show you, I test that. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's
so wait,
Instagram,
you know Cam though, right? Because he been trying to get an Olympic medal for a minute. So I think he just stopped not too long ago. You know him personally, don't know, right?
I don't know him personally. I met him. Probably my first national. I met him, but I don't know him personally. So, I mean, I don't know if his shot was directly towards me or he was just speaking in general.
Nah. Let's leave it in general.
Like I'm just saying, like a lot of people they be so caught up is Instagram, bro. A lot of shit be fake. You probably see a lot of shit really be fake on Instagram, and people be going so crazy, and it's just Instagram, man. Just calm down. If you really feel type of way about someone on Instagram, hit them up, ask to spar, come to their gym, or tell them where they're at. Like, it's just Instagram, man. People be so caught up in this Instagram shit, man. It's ridiculous, bro.
It's a powerful tool. That's why, man. It's a promotional tool, and that's why I said I understand. Look, Devin Haney.
Yeah. Look at Devin Haney. Look at Ryan Garcia.
They come out. They made a name off of the sparring videos, you know. Even Rolly for having that sparring with Ryan.
Come on, like if even Tank posted sparring, he a real champion, bro. Like, come on, it's just Instagram, man. Relax.
He
bro.
definitely posted that red cat sparring.
Yeah, and like it's Instagram. A lot of pros sparring. What's his name? Caleb Plant posted a clip of him sparring. I mean, it's Instagram, man. It get people talking, and that's what we do, man. Like, guys, relax, man. People be so. I read the comments sometimes. People be so crazy about it. It's just Instagram, man. If you really take it personal, like I got meet people who really take it personal. Somebody post a clip and when they post it, they in the comments explain it. That really what happened. You got whooped on that day at sparring. That's what I believe in. But if you know it's a 15-minute clip and somebody posts you, man, if you don't take your 15-minute clip and post it back, like you gotta get better edited videos. If you that sensitive, people be so sensitive, man. It's crazy, man.
Well, Mac, man, give out your social media, champ, man. Thank you for the interview, man. We appreciate your time. Let everybody know where they can find you. And
you can find me at _ Mac Truck, MAC __. And you know what I'm saying? I'll be there doing what I do, guys. You can tune in.
Any phone number or something you could give out for them tickets for your show?
Oh, the link is in my bio. Okay. If you want to buy a ticket, the link is in my bio at all my social media. So, you know, you go there and get a ticket, man. July 16th is going down. You're gonna see me do it in person. Not a 15-minute Instagram clip. You can be done in person. So you can come see.
All right. Well, thank you so much, man. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Up and coming prospect, Dakari Scott, aka Mac Truck. Mac, man, enjoy the rest of your day. And once again, we appreciate you. King Amin of Essex, what it do, champ?
What's good, Chizzy?
What up? Yo, hey, man, that was a good interview, man. He got me smiling and shit. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. This is a little bit of a dangerous fight. I know he don't look at it that way, but shit. A dude coming off an upset of a dude that was 8-0. You got to be feeling good. And Radell, man, he's a ticket seller, so you got a scout. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he's gonna lay down against Mac, man. But what you think of these Bellew statements, man?
You know what? I didn't hear nothing about the Bellew statements. I just wanted to touch on something you guys talk about, sparring footage, right? Mm-hmm. I think sparring footage has gone the way of the ghostwriter. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, it wasn't fashionable to know that your favorite artist had a ghostwriter. Now we don't care. You know what I'm saying? What used to be so sacred in boxing, don't expose the sparring footage. Now it's kind of like, you know, all bets are off. So I wouldn't jump out there and call it classless. I would just say times have changed. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just different. I totally
agree, man. I totally agree. I think that it's just a different generation. It's a different age. And everybody now has different promotional tools, man. You know, other guys back in the day, they had alliances with specific websites to get their message out and be heard. Now, these guys have their own social media. They don't need anyone. And, you know, this is that.
Yeah. What's Tony Bellew talking about, though, man? What's this guy stirring up?
Well, he's saying that Wilder might be the biggest puncher since Mike Tyson, but no skill set to match. No skill set to match. I'll give you some quotes here. Get through these pretty easily. First quote, he says, "There's telegraphing punches, and then there's skimming the lights above the ring." That's what Deontay Wilder was doing. His punches were that wild and that crude. He was out of control. He may have crazy power, and he might be the biggest punching heavyweight since Mike Tyson, but he has no class and no skill set to match that power, Bellew told Talk Sports. So, it's like a bull in a china shop. He doesn't know what he's doing. He can't set his attack up. His jab was just useless in the fight. He didn't know what to do. Even when he had Tyson Fury down and out in the first fight, he couldn't finish him. Think about this. If Fury gets dropped by AJ, do you genuinely believe he's going to be able to see out the round? Anthony Joshua is one of the best finishers. Right now, he's the best finisher in the heavyweight division. End quote.
Well, you know, it's a lot that you can take out of that statement that bears truth. But to say classless and, you know, I mean, to get to this point in boxing, you have to have a certain level of technique because,
absolutely,
again, we talking about devastating punchers. Butterbean was a devastating heavyweight puncher, but he didn't fare as well as a boxer, right?
And he didn't win no world title.
Definitely didn't win no world title. So we got to throw that argument out the window, man. However, I think he's taking, you know, moments that we saw from Wilder at his wildest, no pun intended, you know, kind of smothered his own punches, jumping in, trying out little moves. So he's taking that and saying, you know, well, that's how he rock out. I look at it more as a disciplined fighter, not staying disciplined as far as using his jab a little bit more. We all, even the most novice boxing fans, would say, yeah, I really don't see him set up the jab that much. So there's truth in what he's saying.
But I don't know, because didn't he use the jab to set up the right hand in the Brazil fight? Like, I don't know, man.
But I guess in the finishing aspect, in other words, when Wilder think he got somebody down and out, he more or less jump on him.
Yeah.
He doesn't, you know, look him in the eye a little bit. If he think he got you out, remember what he did to Stavern. Remember what he did to Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he think he got you out, he's going to try to blast you. He's not going to try to set up another one of those shots, so to speak. And it's just, you know, it is, that's important. You know what I'm saying? Because jumping on a guy sometimes doesn't always work, you know? Sometimes you get a guy that won't let you jump on him. I think, you know, his opportunity to jump on Fury, you know, that didn't pan out the way he would have liked to because he had somebody that was boxing him. So yeah, I mean, there's just some subtleties of boxing that Wilder, you know, he's might have added over time, and that could make him a more of a complete boxer. But you know, it's all in the way people say things. I'm not one of those people that has a problem with the way Bellew said it. Like I said, I listen to it and I hear some truth to it, and then I hear some things that is kind of like a little bit of a broad generalization.
Yeah. And you gotta take what I like. It's what I said. You gotta take what Bellew's saying with a grain of salt, because he's a bit of an AJ supporter, and as you can see, the final quote was more like AJ's the best finisher in boxing, but he didn't even finish attack him. You know what I mean? I think he went the whole 12 with Joseph Parker, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know,
didn't finish Andy in the second fight.
Like, would Wilder knock those dudes out? Like, would Dillian White knock those dudes out? Like, can you really say he's the best finisher? You know what I mean? Or are you being friend biased? You know, is that because he's your boy? It sounds good. You know what I mean?
And I'm a big AJ fan of myself, but there's no way he's the best finisher. You know, I wouldn't give him that.
What would you give him? What title?
He's the most complete. He's the most complete heavyweight fighter.
Wow.
He can do a little bit of both. And I say that over Tyson Fury. Yeah, that's a strong opinion. But I say that even over Tyson Fury because, yeah, even after what we saw with Tyson Fury, I don't know. I still have always given, because what I see with AJ, people like to call him robotic, but I like to call it boxing. You know what I'm saying? And over time, I've seen him add things. Now, most complete as far as demonstrating his power. I'm not saying Tyson hasn't demonstrated. He's a big dude, but I don't know. For some reason, AJ, he has it on display more often. When he uses it, it's more impressive and it's more recent. That's the other thing that he has over Fury. Outside of Wilder, you haven't seen Fury. Again, it's not saying that he don't have the power. I'm just talking about who uses what. AJ uses his power and he uses his boxing. Fury has been known to use his boxing. As of late, he's been using his power. Wilder, we know he uses his power. So AJ, I find him to be right in the middle.
I mean, I'm just still like, oh shit, most complete boxer. Like, if we talk a heavyweight division, I don't even see how that's not Fury at this point after getting a knockout, showing power. I mean, his boxing skills is just different level, I think. Like, he's on some finesse shit where AJ gets called robotic. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you saying it's not robotic, you saying it's skill, but like other people look at him and say, yo, robotic.
Well, he didn't look robotic, doing a full counter. And even though, again, he did not get the stoppage against Andy, he didn't look robotic boxing. And by the way, what AJ did against Ruiz is what Fury usually did outside of this last occasion with Wilder. So this is what I'm saying. I've seen more of a variety in his style of fighting over time. With Fury, he's been a boxer, smooth, slick boxer. That's just what I've seen. Again, not discounting that he has power, but that ain't been part of his game to knock people out and show them flashes of power late into the fight, like we're looking, that we've seen with AJ.
Yeah, but like that don't have anything to do with being complete. Being complete is checking all the boxes, and that's what Fury is showing you. Like, yo, I got power, box check. I got skills, box check. I could talk, box check. You know what I mean? Like, he's checking the boxes. If anybody that's complete is Fury. Like, you can't tell me what you're seeing with Ruiz is a finished product with AJ.
Was AJ missing?
He still got a finesse fighting off the back foot. He showed us with the Ruiz fight that, yeah, he got the job done, but it doesn't mean that he looks as good as Fury doing it. Doesn't mean that it's looking natural in that Ruiz fight.
By that same token, the power that Fury showed in this one fight as of late isn't comparable to what AJ has been able to show. So I'm just talking, remember the back of the Marvel cards. If we had the little power bars and we looking for the lines and that shit to be even, to me, AJ would have the advantage in the outside of the Wilder fight for Fury. He hasn't demonstrated consistently over time. So AJ would have the advantage over that. Fury would have the ups on the boxing.
That's not necessarily true. If you think about Tyson Fury, he beat Christian Hammer, and he's also the only man to make Christian Hammer quit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else, even Luis Ortiz, this devastating puncher the Wilder fanboys like to make up, he couldn't stop Christian Hammer. Tyson did that before he was called pillow-fisted. So, I really don't know what we're talking about. Like, you ain't going to knock everybody out. You just ain't. But he's obviously, he stopped. He stopped Christian Hammer. He stopped Derek Chisora. You know what I'm saying? He stopped Steve Cunningham. He stopped Deontay Wilder. I mean, you can't say. And we talk about Tank has what? 26 fights, 24 knockouts, 25 fights, 24 knockouts. Tyson has 30 fights, 21 knockouts. One of those is a draw. So, like, what are we really talking about? That he didn't knock out 8 people? Because one is a draw. So it's 8 people. Like, oh, you're not a puncher because out of 30 fights, you ain't knock out 8 people. Come on.
No, that's why I'm not looking at the numbers. I'm looking at the quality. And like I said, I'm looking at the recency of it. If I'm looking at one guy and it's like looking at Michael Jordan. Nobody ain't going to say Michael Jordan couldn't dunk, but you look at the back half of his career and he was shooting fadeaways. That's just how he was playing. That's how his game was. So I'm saying, yes,
my man,
Fury's
the back half of Fury's career is a stoppage over one of the biggest punches in boxing.
But this is what I'm saying. He just did that. I'm not taking it away from him, but I've been watching AJ do it as of late for a longer period of time.
But he did it to Chisora. He gave Chisora his first loss, right, by decision. Then he came back and beat Chisora by knockout. So it's like he been doing it. Chisora's still the heavyweight test. Tyson been stopped him. It's just you being selective on which knockout to glorify.
Maybe it's a what have you done for me lately case. I'm just looking at over the long run.
It can't be that because lately you know what he done. I mean, truth is the truth. Lately we know what he done. It's trying to find something in his resume to say, well, I guess he did always have power. And that may not make the most sense. But looks like we got. What the hell? What in the hell is this? We got Ohio Runs Boxing, because this is I think they gave our channel the ability to comment on uploaded videos. That's dope. He sent a super chat to our Bill Haney uploaded interview saying Tank Davis said on Twitter, Wilder fight like a Tom girl. Looking emoji, looking emoji, looking emoji. Yeah, he did say that a while ago. Ken Stone. Oh yeah, we read that. And 904 Geo, Mike was speed more than power. I think you're a little older than me, man. What was Tyson more speed than power?
He was both. I mean, because speed, Tyson's speed was phenomenal. That's what allowed him, as even though he wasn't he was smaller than a lot of heavyweights. A lot of people don't know. Them heavyweights back then, them guys were 6'3", easy, 6'4". So Mike coming in at a generous 5'11", they might have built him at 6 feet one time or another. I mean, the fact that he would be so quick and be able to let his accuracy and the speed, I think, is what created the power. Because Mike could get to you, get inside of your range, and then hit you with something so hard. It's the speed in which he got to you. It's how quick he got to you and how hard he hit you. I think that's what was creating the power. And then with him twisting and contorting his body, when he's swinging his hip and he's turning his shoulder into them body shots, he ain't waste no movement. So his power was generated off of his speed and that, and the accuracy. That's just, I don't understand how people don't they don't know what Mike was doing. They think he was just knocking people out. Like he was that took boxing. That took a lot of boxing. And I would even venture to say Mike's knockouts took a little bit more, and he put a little bit more into the boxing technique than Wilder does or did.
So you thought Mike had more skills than Wilder?
Definitely. I would say that. Definitely. Lateral movement, footwork alone.
But
yeah.
But I mean, I guess it could be argued that Wilder, I mean, I guess that's the height. That's the height, right? Because Mike had issues with tall dudes, man.
But this is what I was saying. Half them dudes, if you pulled it up, half them dudes 6'3" or better. 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". You know what I mean? I think Razor Ruddock might have been the shortest dude that he fought during that time at maybe 6'2", generous 6'3", right? And Mike was a generous 5'11", maybe 6 feet. And I'm telling you, that lateral movement is what he used to get inside. And he jabbed. But Mike would jab too.
Yeah.
It's the lateral movement is what made Mike, because he definitely took that height and that range away from the taller opponents. So he made them look like they was big and lanky and off balance. He was great in that off balance.
That lateral movement allowed him to cut the distance, so much, because it had people like, what the fuck? Where's he coming from? You know what I'm saying? But I always felt like the minute someone stood up to the bully, they would win, and that's what happened. Like when Buster did it, when Evander did it, Lennox did it. Like when dudes just like, man, fuck that. I'm not afraid of just your attitude. They was able to 1-2 him right down the pipe. That lateral movement ain't mean shit when somebody would just wait for that, pop, set him up with the jab, and ram that right hand down the pipe, man. I remember that. I remember Evander, both fights. I watched that live, I remember Buster. That was live, Yo, HBO was crazy back then. Listen, man, let's go out to some of these callers. It's looking like we got a few callers. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. We're still going to get Dillian Price in a few minutes. So we're going to go ahead and get a caller or two while we wait. Yeah.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Don Dami. What up, UK?
Ness, big up TBV, don't know the thing. Yeah, man. Yeah, firstly, Ness, big up yourself. Want to congratulate you still, and you know, I've always thought, yeah, that obviously I know Wilder's your guy, and it's a personal thing. You get me, so I get it. But I've always thought your biasness to it has kind of held back your thing a bit. But that's the next story. Yeah. But as for the topic we're talking about, I feel like Tyson, yeah, it just makes me cringe when I hear like people compare these modern day fighters to to Tyson and Ali and that. It's like Tyson, he used to make man like cry and that. Like, come on, his power. Wilder's got that one punch power, and his 1-2. I get it. He's underrated. His 1-2's great. Yeah, but that's it, man. Like Tyson, he was folding man up from like them. The way he used to sneak inside, like duck. He's coming so fast. I don't know what's gonna get hit. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. His style's just way better, man. Like Bellew is 100% right on that. Yeah, there's no skill set to match. But yeah, like Tyson, like I said, I just don't like when I hear people compare like these guys. Like Wilder, come on, man. Like nah, not even AJ.
But that's Bellew. But Bellew is comparing Mike's power to Wilder's power, or Wilder's power to Mike's power.
Yeah, because you know what it is for me, Ness. Yeah, I honestly believe that Wilder's one punch power is overrated. Like most of them are stoppages. Firstly, yeah, and then like you know he hits people with the left as well. It's always like a combination of things. You get me? And then he does his windmill thing, and then the fight gets stopped. It's like the one punch power thing is overrated. But yeah, I agree with Bellew 100% on that. Basically, you know what I'm saying?
Well, all right, champ. Thank you for calling in, and
shout out to the UK. Large up yourself, brethren. Large up.
Yeah, we got super chat from LV Slugger that says it takes skill set to knock pro boxers out with one punch that outweigh him 30 to 40 pounds. Show me another heavyweight in history known for that. Hashtag Toot Tom. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the Brazil fight, there's no way. How do you say that there wasn't any skill in that 1-2? It's just like he's even step, bam, bam, over. Seen the skill there.
And not only that, why people keep forgetting or discounting, his Olympic pedigree, man? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get that either,
Yeah, it does go. It is a bit underrated. You see other heavyweights that we interview, they'll say they got 30-something fights, but they didn't get a bronze, So I get what you're saying. But, look, amateur accolades are good when you're starting because it gets you a certain pay scale and a certain level of attention. What he done in the amateurs at this point doesn't really matter. It's more what he's been doing in the ring and what he's going to do in the ring in only 19 days. Can you believe it's only 19 days away?
Yeah, I was looking at the schedule, man. I said, we got the Zerto fight, and then the Zoo fight this week, the Zerto fight, and then this is going down, man. Like, 19. It's about time, too. It's about time. We've been waiting for this for so long. It's nothing else that anybody needs to say. All the talking is going to be done in the ring. I think the fight week for this is going to be crazy.
I think that is an issue though. Like I don't know why they felt like it didn't need promotion. Like we got a press conference 30 days before. I hope it does. What it should. You know what I mean? Like this is a historical fight, a trilogy in the heavyweight division. Are there more of these? How many did Lewis have a trilogy?
Nah. Only from my measure, only rematches. So you had Bruno and Tyson. You had I think only Frazier and Ali. That was a trilogy, but that's about it.
Wow. Yeah. So this is history in its own right, man, and I don't know. A little bit more promotion I would have been happy with. I don't know about you. But
you know what, though? It's something, I think with promotion, I think it might be a little, I don't want to speak out of turn, but it might be a little business element to it. And that, say, whatever the people were sitting down and y'all looking at money and they're saying, yeah, man, y'all would have got this for purses, but we need, $6 million for promotion. They said, no. I got social media. I got this amount of following. I got a publicist. I got that. Maybe, the dollars that was spent on promotions, with people that used to have cable, maybe the money ain't wise to be spent there. Maybe it's a looser type of marketing that's used where they saying we don't need it. Because look at Tank's fight. I know it was a little bit of a build up to it, but only days before the fight did I hear anything about it on the radio. So I think it's just a different style, man.
Yeah, let's hope, man. Let's hope. But it looks like we may. I see it says guest there. David Dylan, is that you? David and Dylan Price. You're on mute.
Can you hear me?
I hear you, Dylan. How are you?
What's up, bro? How y'all doing?
Oh, man, we're doing good, going on, man. Champ? Happy to have you, man. Can you turn that sideways so you don't get blurred out? Thanks, champ.
See me now?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So, talk to us, man. You just got out of training?
Yeah, I just left the gym about 20 minutes ago. Showered up. Now I'm here on the interview.
Cool, man. Thank you. Obviously, I understand that this isn't easy. I just drove all the way to see Tyrone Woodley. I won't even tell you how many hours. And then I got there, and it was like, he don't do interviews after he trains. So I want to thank you for doing interviews after you train. You know what I mean? Because I understand that it's not difficult, man. And obviously you got a fight coming up in 26 days.
Yep.
How's that? Yep. How is it for you, man? Do you eat, sleep, think your opponent, or do you not? Do you try to keep him out of your mind, just do what you got to do and worry about him on fight night?
I try to keep him out of my mind and do what I got to do and just worry about that stuff on fight night. Because when I think about it, I start overthinking, and I don't need to do that. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I have to do, and I just got to do it. Go out there and do it.
For sure, man. Look, I am overthinking it. It's a step up. I don't know if you and your dad agree, but I think it's a step up.
100%.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this dude he's been able to get some draws with some pretty big names, or at least decent names. Joshua Greer, his trajectory was up. He was knocking people out, coming to the ring with his pillow. And then this dude, stopped that, and set him back. So I'm definitely on pins and needles. How are you looking at this opponent?
I'm looking at this opponent like he's a very good fighter. Like you said, it's definitely a step up, but I'm just prepared and I know what I got to do to win.
I think you're going to get some phone calls after this fight. Do you or your father believe that's the case? Do you not care and will continue to do things your way, which I congratulate y'all on? But I just feel like because of the opponent, because he got a draw with Joshua Greer, which is a top-ranked fighter, trained by Kay Kimura, like all those things matter. So when matchmakers see now, I just feel like you'll be getting some phone calls. Do you believe that?
I definitely believe I'll be getting phone calls after this fight because, like you said, it's definitely a step up. He fought a lot of big names, and when I beat him, I know a lot of promoters and things like that gonna be calling, but we still gonna do things our way. And if we decide to go with somebody, it's on our terms,
Definitely. And it's funny, man. I tell my audience all the time that you're the formerly promoted TMT fighter, but you're so young. You're like, you're still 22. Like, you can still sign again to another big, you could go to PBC now. You could go to Top Rank. And it's like, you're still super young. Like, you're very still in the infancy of your career, depending on how you choose to go about it, man. So a lot of opportunities could still come, and it's pretty official, man. I like that, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now, Dylan.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, I was going to ask you, have you watched any footage to prepare for this opponent, or you just been sticking to your general routine as far as sparring and conditioning?
Well, I've been watching. Yes, I've been watching some of his footage, but I let my dad handle more of that stuff, and then I just follow his lead with that. I don't really like watching too much footage of my opponent because I don't want to go in the ring having my mindset that he going one way, then he come out fighting a whole total different way. So I just do what my dad tell me to do, focus and train in camp and make the adjustments come fight night.
Definitely. So how many rounds are you sparring to get ready? This is an 8-rounder, and this is only your second 8-rounder, and the fact that you only went 2 rounds in your last 8-rounder, you know, how many rounds are you sparring to get prepared for going the whole 8?
We do 6 to 8. Okay. We do 6 to 8 rounds to get ready. Nice. Yeah, we do 6 to 8. Yep. A lot of running, a lot of conditioning.
That's what I was gonna say, man. Being a young man, I mean, I'm assuming stamina isn't even a problem at this age. You're so youthful.
Right. Nah, it's not.
Good. I mean, you always in the gym too, man. We was talking to Mac Truck earlier, man. The both of you guys post sparring. You're always in the gym. You're always working. What do you think gives you what serves you better for stamina? Is it the running, or is it the rounds in the actual in the ring sparring? What helps you breathe better for a fight?
I ain't gonna get that up.
Oh,
I ain't gonna. That's
the secret.
Yeah, that's the secret. I ain't gonna give it up. I ain't gonna give up too much information to the people. Just know, come fight night, I'm always gonna be in tip-top shape, physically and mentally.
I don't know if you know Cam Awesome. Do you, from the amateurs? All right.
Yeah, I don't know him, but I know him.
Yeah, you know of him like we all do. You know, he's a decorated amateur. Shout out to Cam. He recently posted, I was sharing it with my first guest, about boxers posting sparring, knocking out inexperienced fighters in sparring. I mean, I've never seen you post you knocking out anybody, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on that, because I don't know, I'm a different generation. You know, I've been covering Devin Haney before he was a pro fighter, and he came up on that. You know, Rolly made a name off of Ryan in sparring. Tank and Haney, like, is sparring out there. How do you feel about sparring being accessible for people to watch?
Well, for me, I just look at it as sparring. One, you can get over on somebody in sparring and lose to them in a fight. Sparring is practice. I mean, of course, there's a little bit of bragging rights because it's all men have pride. But I've knocked out experienced guys in the gym and never thought to post it or anything like that. So me and my dad don't believe in exposing people and posting sparring. We'll do it if it's back and forth work, but I don't really believe in trying to down other fighters by posting them if I knock them out or anything like that, or going running my mouth if I get over on them. That's just not how we move.
Speaking of your dad, man, talk to me about the relationship, man. You know, ever since I met you, you guys have been a very close duo. You know, he trains you, he works out with you. I mean, you maybe are the reason that he looks as great as he looks, because when I met him, I think he was managing Emmanuel Taylor way back then, and your father looks like he could take a heavyweight fight right now and actually win. So yeah, man, just talk to me about that relationship, and yeah, share that with the world, because you know, a lot of fighters sometimes leave their father for another trainer or don't. So we want you to give that story.
Well, I am what I am today because of my dad. And without my dad, I don't even know if I would be here right now. I'll probably be doing some bad stuff, to be honest. The relationship that me and my dad have is going to stay the same. I came into the game with him. I'm going to lead the game with him. That's my best friend. I could talk to him about anything. And I would never let nobody train me. If something was to happen to my dad, he told me he wanted to walk away from the sport, then I would leave because I wouldn't let nobody else train me.
Wow.
And I wouldn't do it without him. It wouldn't be the same. Damn. I think about that all the time. It wouldn't be the same. I'm self-motivated, but it wouldn't. I don't think that I would have love for it like I have now without my dad.
For sure. So You're going to be fighting in the Showboat Hotel and Casino. You're bringing boxing back to AC, and you're not the first person, but boxing is coming back to Atlantic City, man. And this is not right around you, but it's close enough for your fans to drive. How excited are you about being able to fight not so far from your home?
I'm super excited about that. All my friends and family can come out to see me. I'm super, super excited because I used to fight in Vegas and at the Barclays Center and things like that. So this is new to all my friends and family where they could actually come and see me. So I'm really excited about that.
Definitely, man. So who else is on this card with you? Do you know any other fighters? Are you the main event? I haven't really gotten too much information.
I'm the semi-main event, and
Okay.
I really don't know on the card, to be honest. I really don't know.
You got to stay focused, man. I totally understand that, man. But you do have other siblings in the gym with you. And are they looking to turn pro as well?
I have a little brother. His name is Devin Price. He's 16. He's amateur right now. He's getting ready to go to the Nationals in Texas next week.
How many fights he has?
I think about 40 fights. So we still getting that experience in the amateurs. Then I think at 18, my dad gonna turn him pro.
Nice. And what weight class?
He 123 right now. He gonna be bigger than me. He 123 right now. So by the time he's 18, I see him turning pro at maybe 126.
And that's the brother that you're always sparring? Is it just two of you, or?
It's just two. Well, I got an older brother, but he's not in the boxing.
Okay.
So I'm talking about brother Devin, the one I'm always sparring.
Yeah, wow, because he looks just about your size already.
Yeah, he a little bigger.
Yeah.
Taller, bigger, yep. He could punch, too. He could punch.
For sure, man. So, how tall you think he ends up getting, or what weight class you see him maxing out at? He looks a little taller than you.
Yeah, he probably gonna be my dad height.
Wow.
Yeah, he probably gonna be my dad. And he gonna max out maybe about 130, 135.
And yourself, for those that don't know, let them know you are fighting at 118 pounds, correct? Or are you going down? Because it seems like you might have fought at 116 your last fight?
Yep, 116. But this fight, I'm gonna go 118. I could go from 115 to 118.
So did you take this fight at 118 because that was the opportunity? And would you campaign for a title at 115, or are you looking to? Is your first title gonna be at 118?
I would like for my first title to be at 115.
Okay, so you could definitely make the weight in the future. That's what's up. Lot of opportunities being able to fight in two different divisions, man.
Right, exactly, and that's the goal. I would like to fight for a title at 115, then move up and try to win a title at 118.
Where do you think you max out at when your career is all said and done? You hung up the gloves. Boxing Hall of Fame has your last fight at what?
126.
Wow. Okay.
And that's, like you said, my last fight before I hang it up. I'll say 6.
Oh, wow. So you're going to be down at 115 for a minute then.
Yeah. Between 115 and 118. The middle of my career, I would say 122. By the end, 126.
Wasn't Ivan Calderon in that division a long time ago? The Puerto Rican 4-time champ, I believe, right? Let me look it up.
What's his name?
Ivan Calderon. Ivan Calderon. Yeah, pretty. I mean, he got a couple of fights on HBO at the back half of his career. He was definitely strapped up. I think I'm right about the division. Oh, damn, even lower. Sheesh. He was fighting 105.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, 105, 110, 107. Yeah, wow. Okay. Well, how could we get tickets? How could we see it if we can't make it to Atlantic City? Is there streaming for this fight?
I think it is a streaming. I'm not too sure about that, but I know you can get the tickets at pboxing.com. That's our Price Promotions website. You can follow me on Instagram at Dylan the Real Deal Price. I want all the fans, all my friends and family to tune in. It's gonna be a great fight, baby.
For sure, man.
come out on top.
Dylan, the real deal, man. Thank you for coming on the program, brother. We appreciate you. We're gonna be locked in for your fight. And yeah, man, make New Jersey proud, champ. You know we both New Jersey natives over here, me and I mean. So man, we riding with you.
Thanks, bro.
Hey, and listen, go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say shout out to you. I've been saying it. They've been sleeping on it. Yo, Atlantic City is a great venue for boxing. Shout out to you for bringing it back. That'll be a smooth move if y'all, you know what I mean, blow that area up like that. And I will be watching, bro. Definitely.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. But wait, Ness, this is what I want you to do. I've been telling my dad this for the longest time. When we get off this interview, I want both of y'all to look up Justin LeBoy. You know what that is?
Yeah.
You know the Respectfully Instagram? He got the YouTube series now.
Yeah.
Ness sound exactly alike. Exactly alike. You gotta listen to him. Y'all
Justin LeBoy?
Justin LeBoy. Justin LeBoy. Y'all sound exactly alike. Just listen to him talk. He got an interview with the Breakfast Club.
Oh yeah, I seen the Breakfast Club one right here.
Yeah, now listen to him talk a little bit. Y'all sound every time Ness talk, I think of every time Justin LeBoy talk, I think of Ness. Every time.
Damn, Justin LeBoy got hella followers. LeBoy,
yeah, he do.
He better give me some of them.
He got the Respectfully Instagram page. So that's why everybody be saying respectfully stuff. He the one made it up, but y'all sound exactly alike. So check that out and hit me up, Ness, and let me know what you think.
For sure. I'm looking on his IG now for some sort of post I could play, but he got all pictures here.
Check the Breakfast Club interview. I know it's on there.
Exactly. Justin LeBoy of boxing right here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. But thank you for calling in, brother. We appreciate you. And I see him right here. He with Ray J.
Yeah.
What happened in y'all world?
That's way out.
Hold up.
Shit, off rip. So y'all don't just hang out with girls for fun.
I mean, we do that occasionally, but for
that was him right there, though. The one who said we don't just hang out with girls for fun. Now, I'm going to check it out, man. I'm going to see what my girls say. But thank you again, Mr. Price. We appreciate you. Send our love to your dad. Tell him thank you for setting up the interview. And like I said, man, we're going to be locked in and definitely tuned into the fight.
Okay, got you. All right, y'all. Have a good one.
You too.
You too, brother.
There you have it, man. The real deal, Dylan Price, New Jersey, stand up, Atlantic City, they back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you was asking who you was asking. You was asking a bigger name to go down there and lighten it up, right? Who you just said that?
I said who was we talking about?
I said but you said some. I'm like, yo, Atlantic City, what?
Yeah, I said Tank. If he wanted to keep it on the East Coast,
Tank. Him and Gary, he wanted to keep it. Said.
Yeah, yo, him and Danny. Keep it right there in Atlantic City. Danny's in Philly. Tank got Baltimore, Delaware. Yo,
the problem with AC is you can't do a fight in the winter down there, bro. That beach got you on chill. Like they gotta knock it off now. You know, spring, summertime. Like last fight got to be like cut off September. Ultimate cutoff October, man. Because I remember going to Great Adventures in New Jersey for October 31st Fright Fest and never going back.
50 degrees.
Never going back. You get on a roller coaster with that cold ass air pushing against your face, bro. You going home tight. That's not my thing. So yeah, man, I would rather it be, Tank gonna do it in the summer. And I mean, he can announce something in Atlantic City for September. But the thing is, the money though. Right? Like, I know what you're saying. I feel the same. I feel that Tank, Danny, those names will sell out in Atlantic City because they're close to Philly. But is the money the same? Is the ticket prices the same?
Well, I tell you what I happen to know is, and it might be a small nothing, but just the business of it. The whole Hard Rock, AEG, whatever company, that's the same people that own Vegas. they also been doing, before the whole shutdown, they was doing a lot of nice venue joints at the House of Blues for like big name artists. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm thinking is, again, it's all tied to the same promotional company. I'm thinking that somehow they would find a way to make it where even if they only said for the boardwalk, I don't know what the capacity for the boardwalk is, but they say, yo, we doing 12,000 for the boardwalk. They would price them tickets to where that gate was enough to sweeten the pot. The network would be the key. I think they got that sewn up. The venue will be the key. You know what I mean? As far as something that has a history. AC got a boxing history, man.
Well, they gotta pay for it though, because remember when you go in a casino, now the promoter's looking for the casino to throw them a check like, yo, yeah, we want you to come do your show over here because you gonna bring patrons to our casino.
And I think that Atlantic City is prime for that. Atlantic City is prime. Remember, it used to be the Trump Plaza that used to do it, right? But now, and that's why the promoters used to love
but if you Floyd and you Ellaby, do you take a chance on AC when you already got like black excellence popping off in Atlanta? Like Tank bringing out superstars, television stars, actors, rappers. Like, is the crowd gonna follow him? Is Atlanta gonna come to AC? That's how you gotta look at it. Would Atlanta come to AC? I'm not saying they won't. It looks like that sort of crowd with all that money, they might want to be at a casino and gamble a little bit. They might want to see a casino show. Maybe there's a performer performing in Atlantic City the way that Vegas does it. But are you going to get that money from Atlanta to come to Atlantic City? Or is that Atlantic City market going to replace that Atlanta market?
I think you can draw some of that market, but I think what's going to happen is you're going to get the regional cultural market. You're going to get the Puerto Ricans in Philly coming. You're going to get New York coming. Anybody that will go to the Mohegan Sun will go to Atlantic City. That's number one. So if the Mohegan can get 9,000-10,000 for a draw in Connecticut, I'm thinking Atlantic City geographically presents a better for DC to come out, for Baltimore to come out, the whole DMV area to come out. You know what I'm saying? You got Virginia can come out. And with all that money, they might not drive the Lambos, but I think they can get from Atlanta to Atlantic City and then have the idea of Philly.
But that's the thing, right? Like the phrase is Atlanta likes to party. So Atlanta likes to party in Atlanta. Is Atlanta gonna say, oh, that kid we adapted Tank, we adopted him, but he's fighting in AC, let's go support him. That's all you gotta ask yourself, and I think that's what Floyd and them gonna be asking.
I'm gonna answer that. We live it, we see me and you, hotel generation. This is the Airbnb generation. Tank's going to Atlanta, let's go to Atlanta and Tank going to Atlantic City, let's go turn up Atlantic City. I think his fan base does follow him. You know what I'm saying?
I would love it. I would love it. Listen, I'm not any closer to Atlantic City. I used to be, obviously, but people glorified Gennady Golovkin for selling in two regions. When he was able to sell Madison Square Garden in LA, he was considered the man because of that. He was considered the man, and people demanded more the Canelo fight because he was a commercial draw in two different regions,
bi-coastal,
without having to be American. So if Tank can establish, because I think he did a LA fight already with Leo, right? Or was that also in Atlanta?
No, that had to be LA or something. I think that was on the West Coast.
Let me look up his Leo fight. But I think Tank's been in a few markets, man. From Vegas to Atlanta and others, I believe, which I'm gonna get for y'all. Now looks like State Farm Arena. He fought in San Antonio with Leo. He fought in the State Farm again with Gamboa and Barrios. Carson, California, Hugo Diaz. So he's been fighting in LA. West Coast right there again with Fonseca and the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. He also fought in the United Kingdom. He also fought in Brooklyn Barclays Center for his first world title with Jose Pedraza. He fought in Florida, right here at the Hard Rock Casino. He fought in the Armory. You know, he fought in Vegas at the Palms Casino. He fought in Orlando. Wow. He was fighting in Orlando. Shout out to him. He came to Florida. Again in Vegas, Atlantic City. And that was a long time ago.
So why not? Why not do it again?
Pittsburgh.
Why not do it again?
Look. This is the beginning. Atlantic City, Pittsburgh, Biloxi, Little Creek Casino in Shelton. Foxwoods, man, check it. That's Connecticut. Moore, Washington. Bethlehem, that's PA. Baltimore, that's his area. Washington again. Yeah, man. And that's about it. That's the very beginning. So he's only fought in AC once, man. It'll be the homecoming, the welcome back. And that was he ain't fighting AC at the Claridge Hotel since he was 132, and it was 2015, bro.
Damn.
That's some time. And he's been doing big venues. This is what I'm saying. Like, after that, he fought in Vegas. And, he's fought a lot in Vegas, man. And then UK, he's headline. I don't know, man. Hopefully they could. Hopefully they could. I mean, look, it's a market. I think Philadelphia is like Atlanta, but I don't know that it's like that. Like with the Lambos and shit. Like, they got way more actors in Atlanta than in Philly. Or am I wrong about that?
Nah, man. I think about it like this, man. Like Philly, Detroit, Newark, Buffalo. Those are cities where fighters come from. Those are not necessarily the best venues to have a world championship fight. Mm-hmm. When you coming up and these fighters, they need that kind of small market second city venue. Yeah, that's cool. I think you look at Atlantic City, even though it's lost its cachet, it's a resort town. You know what I'm saying? It has casinos, just like Seminole, Florida. It's one of these places, even in Mississippi, they got these places where they got a casino, they got a ring, they got some action there. But historically, Atlantic City has just been there, man. So I think it's just worth a shot. It's another spot on the East Coast that's in between. Like I said, it's in between New York and it's in between, Washington, D.C. And it's before you get to Atlanta. I don't think it's many other spots that you might have that fight. You know what I'm saying? Or a fight where you'd want to try and see if you could set off a market. You know what I'm saying? I think you got nothing to lose.
Word. Super chat from Brandon. He says Atlanta is Tank's Las Vegas. He doesn't need to fight anywhere else. The next step is moving from the Hawks Arena to the Falcons Stadium. Idea light bulb emoji. Yeah, man. I wouldn't want to see him go anywhere else unless it could be guaranteed, because that shit was beautiful. Bottom line. It was beautiful. You had to have been there to understand. It was beautiful, man. As a boxing fan, shout out to Tank for now giving me the opportunity to slightly see what it's like to be at one of those UK fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it felt like, bro. Like, all those oohs and ahs, man, all those oohs and ahs with every punch. That's what it was. That was amazing. That's hard to replicate. And you know what? Shout out to Ellaby. You seen his tweet yesterday, right? Or Saturday, should I say, before the Colbert fight. So it wasn't no shot at Colbert, for those that you want to try and say that. Because they did the replay of Tank fight. So, he obviously watched it, and then he tweeted something, I'm paraphrasing, something like, y'all can't tell me Tank ain't the most exciting fighter in boxing. And, that's a debate. But he is definitely exciting and brings excitement to the sport. You understand? That's what he does bring. So, yeah. Shout out to Tank. Shout out to Tank, man. I want to see you in Atlantic City, not Atlanta.
Yo. Nah, I'm going to go see him in Atlanta. And that is a great idea, man. He needs to be in that stadium because, but again, people's fronting. You act like Atlanta don't get cold too. He ain't gonna be in Atlanta in the winter time. He gonna be on a fight schedule. You know what I'm saying?
Real,
come on now. You get ice storms in Atlanta. You get all kinds of weird weather, bro.
Yeah, but that was like once in a blue.
Nah, trust me, bro. It ain't once in the blue. It used to be once in the blue. Now it's more frequently. So, listen, it's the South. It can't be that bad. But I think as, people have it in their mind, he's not going to be doing no fights in December or not even November in Atlanta. That ain't happening.
Let me see, son. Let me check. I think I still got his box right. So he went to Atlanta in June, and he went to Atlanta in December. You wrong, man. You wrong.
But I'm talking about for an outside fight. If he's fighting in the where the
dog, you talked about ice on the road. He still brought him out.
Nah, I'm talking about for the outside.
Yo, he fought December 28th, right after Christmas, and still made a killing.
Nah, listen.
That's his market, man.
Having fights in the winter at Atlanta is A1 because you don't want to have no fights in New York in the winter. So trust me. Yeah. I'm talking about if he's fighting in where the football team plays and it's an outdoor venue. I'm saying it wouldn't be like fighting in Texas in December. You fight in Texas in December, there's a very good chance you still could, have that dome open.
For sure. New caller, Albany. Who this?
Oh, yes. Hi there. This is Kieran from Albany, New York.
Caden?
Kieran.
Oh, Cannon. How are you, brother?
Kieran. I'm good.
What's on your mind? Talk to us, champ.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I wanted to talk about what you were saying about Gervonta selling out in certain places. I don't know if it's actually true, though, but I think maybe what Floyd Mayweather's promotional company with Leonard Ellerbe is probably doing is that they're probably going to bring Tank out to bigger venues, and then eventually in the future he should grow into a bigger athlete, just like Floyd Mayweather did back in his day. But I would probably say maybe let the best venues for Gervonta could be places like Madison Square Garden or Atlanta, or probably bring him out to Vegas more, or maybe somewhere out West Coast. I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Atlanta, he's definitely doing. And he's done Vegas. I mean, I don't know that he's headlined in Vegas yet. Let me double check that. I don't think he's headlined in Vegas. But Texas, he done. Well, no. It says T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Fonseca. Was that a main event? I don't know if that was a main event. I mean, I'm sure Tank ain't no undercard fighter either, right? I don't know.
Nah, that Fonseca.
Whose undercard could that have been? I don't think
I think that might have been a main event.
And the only issue with MSG, it looks like Floyd never fought in New York, and for tax reasons, right? And I don't think he's gonna let, but I think he's just gonna advise him you're gonna lose money. Like Canelo never fought in New York, right?
Yeah, MSG.
Who he fought?
Oh no, I'm sorry, not Canelo. You said Canelo?
Yeah. I don't think Canelo ever fought in that. I'm gonna double check. I don't know. Did he ever fight in New York?
Nah.
And if he did, there it go right there, man. If he did, it was a long time ago that we can't even remember. Brandon back with another super chat says, Atlanta Stadium has a retractable roof, champ. There you go.
Thank you, Brandon.
I see Texas, Miami, and San Antonio, Vegas.
I was thinking Vegas. Triple G when you said Canelo for some reason.
Definitely Triple G fought in New York. Yeah. But I don't think Canelo took it to New York.
Nah.
Some fighters just don't go to New York because of the money. They saying Rocky Fielding, but I ain't see that. Rocky Fielding. Oh, shit, Madison Square.
Oh, see?
Oh, snappy. Yeah, well, there you go. And I don't even have an answer for that. I mean, I guess because Dazn, because they was Dazn America and they wanted to make that USA splash. But normally, big fighters don't fight in Madison Square because of the taxes.
But you know what, too? I think that had to do with the opponent as far as the draw. You had a UK fighter.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So
you got a lot of UK East Coast. They're coming to New York, New Jersey. You know what I mean? Redcoats are coming. They was here already.
So I'm being told by a co-producer that by Supermax that Fonseca fight was on the undercard of the Mayweather-McGregor card.
Ah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But that's all the callers. I mean, I think we got to all the super chats. I'ma cut out. My daughter is in time, so I want to give her some time. It looks like we got a super chat from 904 Gia who says Wilder outboxed Bermain. He sure did. That first fight was jab, jab, and murder right at the right hand.
Jab, jab, stab.
Yeah. Looks like we got to everyone, right? Because yes, we did LVs.
All right.
And yeah, that's it, man. Next GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. Arrivederci.
King Amin of Essex 1 on Instagram. King Amin of Essex 1 on YouTube. Catch me here on the Boxing Voice. Peace.
Peace.